Breaking news now. Former President Donald Trump fires back at accusations filed by the New York Attorney General in a lawsuit. She claims Trump and 3 of his adult children systematically lied about their net worth to get major loans from several banks.
He appeared on Fox's Hannity show tonight. Hannity started with a 10-minute long defense of Trump, to which the former president said, quote, "That was a good job." They then spoke for the rest of the hour. CBS 4's Carly Barnett reports.
It's a lengthy lawsuit claiming the former president and his organization were inflating property values for their own financial gain. However, Trump called the move political and says it's a witch hunt.
This was just a continuation of a witch hunt that began when I came down the escalator at Trump Tower.
On Fox News Wednesday night, former President Donald Trump responds to the lawsuit filed against him by New York Attorney General Letitia James.
You know, constantly these people, there's something wrong with them. I really believe they hate our country.
James is accusing the former president of committing fraud after the findings from a 3-year investigation.
Donald Trump falsely inflated his net worth by billions of dollars to unjustly enrich himself and to cheat the system.
The 280-page complaint names the former president, 3 of his children, and the Trump Organization, saying they misrepresented the value of their properties to secure millions of dollars in bank loans and tax breaks. One of the properties named in the lawsuit, his Mar-a-Lago estate in Palm Beach County.
Mar-a-Lago was valued on the false premise that it sat on unrestricted property and could be developed for residential use.
I don't have a mortgage on this property. If I was going to put a mortgage on this property, the institutions are going to be coming over. They're going to go through comparable properties all over Palm Beach or whatever it is, wherever it may be, Miami.
She says he values his estate as high as $739 million. When the property was assessed, it's $75 million, which is what he was paying taxes on. They also name another South Florida property, Trump National Doral. The complaint says the statements were used to obtain and maintain favorable loans over at least an 11-year period, including Deutsche Bank's extension of a $125 million loan in connection with the Trump Organization's purchase of the property known as Trump National Doral. The lawsuit is seeking $250 million in restitution. It also says they don't want the Trump family to ever be in charge of running another corporation in New York. In Doral, Carly Barnett, CBS 4 News Tonight.
Meanwhile, an appeals court rules that the Department of Justice can continue to review files of classified documents found at Mar-a-Lago. The ruling reverses an opposite one made by the Trump-appointed judge in the case. In the Hannity interview tonight, Trump said that as president, just thinking about declassifying something means it's declassified.